I'm still in tune with what the kids listening to. Yo, what's up? We back at it with another one, man. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 2K subs. Now, I'm all caught up, and I'm hoping to catch up a little more. So, yeah, a couple days ago, XXL released its 2021 freshman list, and I saw from the thumbnail that DDG and Coi Leray are in here. But the older I get, the more difficult it becomes for me to actually know any of these kids. So this is a test to see how old I've gotten, to see how many people I can recognize off face, and then how many people's names I've seen before. But yeah, this is the XXL list 2021. Without further ado, man, link to the original video will be in the description. Shout out to XXL. If I was back home in my own spot, I would have brought out the XXL 2019 cover with Rico Nasty and Meg Thee Stallion and the baby. I really liked that cover. I really liked a lot of people on that cover. I believe Tierra Whack was even on it, and then Corday too. I might be getting my years mixed up, but if they are, then yeah, I definitely rocked with a lot of people on that cover. So I got that one 2019 over there at the crib. But yeah, man, without further ado, let's get into it.
Skip the process is what make us who we is.
That will make us who we is.
Fear ends, faith begins.
That's Flo Milli. That's Pooh Shiesty. Okay. Look at me. That's Sandbox. I'm gonna run in the Sandbox. In the quicksand. That's it, quicksand. Coi Leray.
Something that's never seen before.
42 Doug. Ruby Rose, Georgia State, South DDG, okay. Power couple for real, okay. Pooh Shiesty, okay. I don't know who that is. Coi Leray, I know who that is. Tusi, I heard of him, don't know who he is. Floyd Millie, I heard of her. DDG, of course, that's my dog. 42 Doug, okay, 42 Doug. Blacks, I don't know who that is. Ian Dior, I know because he came on Aiden Stream. Ruby Rose, I know her. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, so let me pause it right here. Alright, so this is the list. Alright, I know 1, 2, if I just looked at them on the cover and I had to be like, who do you know off face? 42 Doug, Ruby Rose, shout out to Georgia State. Georgia State, we are here. Georgia State, we are here now. Come on now. Georgia State alum, Georgia State great, Ruby Rose. Throw some respect on it. DDG, of course. Did I say Pooh Shiesty already? Alright, I'm going to just go back from the beginning because I don't even remember who I said. Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty, that's my dog. But Pooh, you know I'm really shiesty. 1, 42 Doug. Ruby Rose, DDG, Coi Leray, Flo Milli, and the dude who seen Quicksand, and Ian Dior. And I only know Ian Dior because he came on Aiden Ross stream. So that's 8 out of, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not bad. 8 out of 11. Hey, I'm still in tune with what the kids listening to. I'm still in tune. The thing I have a problem with, though, however, is with a guy like DDG, who been trying to get on the list, who been nominated to get on this list for a couple years now. He didn't get on until he get a hit. And that's something that I always see with these things of like kids and artists who are always in the mix. And then like their fans are like, yes. And then they don't put them on the list until after they get their first hit. And it's like, how's that the freshman list? Isn't that like, I thought the freshman list was kind of like supposed to be like an anticipation of who's up next, of who's going to be the next big artist, right? And now it's just literally like, here's a list of the biggest, the people who've had the biggest years, who had their first big hit. This is like their first year being on. And this list is pretty much just to say, yeah, this is the year that they burst on the scene. But that's kind of like after the fact, like kind of like a graduation thing, and more as opposed to an orientation type deal. You know what I mean? So that's the thing that I don't get about the freshman list, and it's been that way for me for a couple years now. If you break it down, demographics, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 women out of 11 people. I know some underground artists for sure, who can make a case for XXL and stuff. If you're talking about people who truly are underground, have a couple thousand followers, maybe like 20,000, 42,000 followers in that range, and they're on the rise and they're going to be big in a couple of years. I think if you look at a BK the Ruler, if you look at a Baby Sosa, if you look at a who else? It was a couple of women that I used to listen to. They're like a group. They're out in Houston, Texas. Sensei Molly and I forgot the other woman's name, because it's been like a year since I've listened to them. But I used to listen to them all the time when Lil Brooke, Sensei Molly, Lil Brooke, those two. Like it's a lot of kind of just like underground artists who you can see like a lot of potential in them to kind of blow, and you can really jump on this before they make it. And XXL knows these people. If I know these people, XXL for sure knows these people. And you've seen it because in past years when they were doing the online nominations and Vote For Me and campaigns and stuff like that, like there were a bunch of artists that were like in that age, in that area. And I feel like you can really go with that. That's just my thing on it. But it seems like they've kind of fallen to this pattern of putting the person on after their first hit. They're kind of trapped in it. And I don't know if it's to look safer, so in a couple of years you can look back at the cover and be like, this is it. But I see some people calling this the worst list ever. I feel like people are going to say that literally every single year. I thought 2019 was really good class, and not many people were I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Blueface was in that class. Blueface, excuse me. Wow. Yeah, that was a decent class, man. That was a decent class. 2019, of course, everybody says 2016 is the best. And, for every kid that's under the age of, 20, like 2016 is like the greatest class of hip hop ever and stuff like that. But, 2017 was, RPX, Ugly God, man, dropped off the face of the earth, man. Took a step away from the game as an independent artist. That's extremely tough to do, and he can never really find his way back to relevancy once he started making music again and putting stuff out. And I just thought, but that's one of those things. It's like, what do you value in life? Like, do you value the sanity of your mind and stuff like that? Do you value kind of like your life type stuff? Or do you, are you going to be like the biggest name in music? So I think he chose his mind, his mental health, and his solitude, his peace, inner peace, and figuring out himself, to blow up the way that a lot of those kids were blowing up in the SoundCloud era in a couple of months, from making music in their rooms to, millions of views and millions of plays online. That's a quick jump to make, and to be thrusted, or I don't know what the word is, to be pushed into that spotlight and to be all of a sudden a famous person, at the age of 19, 20, 21, an age where, you're still making a lot of mistakes, but you're learning from the mistakes that you made when you were, 15, 16, 17, 18. So, Ugly God did kind of fall off, if you would, in that sense, but he did it for his peace. So, I mean, you can't fault the dude. And then Kyle was also on that list. And then I think Block Boy JP, that was Block Boy JP and Lil Pump. Yeah, I think that was Block Boy JP and Lil Pump. And they did like the most ignorant cypher ever. None of those guys are relevant anymore. It's kind of sad. Amine is on the ride. He's still like underground bubbling, you know what I'm saying? But he made the list on, once again, after Caroline, which was like one of the biggest hits of 2016. So it was like, you gotta have a biggest hit to get on. Like Kyle got on after, Beautiful Loser, the thing that really put him on the ground, underground really. And Childish Gambino shouted out and everything like that. He got that co-sign and kind of went up. But that came out in 2013. And he made the list in 2017 after I Spy comes out. So it's kind of like this next up, the young wave and all that is just it's not it. But I don't know like what the thing of the list is. I love to. I know that they. But another thing about this list this year, they usually do like a whole press run, you know, like beforehand, and then do the XXL show and everything, like go on Breakfast Club and Hot 97. I didn't see anything. Like I literally found out about the XXL list last night, which was 2 days after it came out. Excuse me. I literally found out about the XXL list 2 days after it came out. I don't know what type of promotion, if they were trying to hide from people and they didn't want to like show that they're not good or whatever, but I don't know, man. It's just kind of crazy, bro. But yeah, anyways, that's my take on this year's list. Yeah, proud of DDG, of course. Proud of DDG. Proud of RUBI. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too familiar with RUBI's actual music. I have listened to a couple of her songs and stuff like that. She has a unique voice, so it kind of goes well with rap. But for RUBI to kind of reclaim her power, I'm always like in support of women reclaiming their power from, you know, kind of going from being known as the girl in the Bad and Bougie video, Cardi's girlfriend, to like, you know, her own boss woman, her own brand, you know, using that attention and flipping it. You know, anytime you can do that and make a profit off of it and some type of sustainability and not just be this 15-second, 15-minute internet sensation, you know, like a couple of women that we've seen on the internet in the past couple of years, to actually build something into it, you gotta salute it. And it's the same thing with DDG, of course, on the male side of, you know, kind of going viral for, you know, making a diss rapper about a certain popular rapper a couple years ago, and then using that to flip it and to build a music career off of it, and a legitimate music career. You know, he's saying he's leaving YouTube again. We all know how that goes at this point, but I'm just proud of DDG and how far he's come. Hopefully we can link up once again, and someday or whatever. I don't know when our paths will cross again, but yeah, you can go look at that interview if you want to. It's one of my favorite interviews, and not just because he's like the biggest name, but because I actually like watched the dude. You know, I actually watched him on YouTube and actually like followed him and stuff, and I don't know, just a real legitimate guy. He's not. You would think he's, you know, kind of like, I know he says like, people think I'm cocky, but I'm actually humble, and he says that, and then you think like anybody who says they're humble is not humble. He's actually a really cool dude. He's actually a really cool dude. And I think he respected me a lot because I didn't ask him about any tea. And to be honest, I honestly do not care about anybody's tea or anything like that. Because that's not why I watch a YouTuber or something like that. You know, like, tea is interesting every now and again. Like with the JBP situation, I'm going on a whole nother tangent right now. The JBP situation with that breaking up, because it's like I invested so much time into following the Joe Budden podcast and listening to it. So when the whole breakup happened, I did want to hear kind of both sides and what the heck happened, of like the most popular podcast who was gaining momentum, even in a you know what I'm saying, Panini, who was gaining momentum in a Panini, to still flip it and still grow in the audience size and stuff like that. And then just fumbled the bag. Like I just didn't get it at all. So I just wanted to hear both sides on that. So I was into that tea. Sometimes I'm into the tea, I'm not gonna lie, but if I met the person and stuff, like I wouldn't want to ask them that on camera and all that. You know, there's a lot of things like in the industry of media, journalism and stuff that you have to do that I don't necessarily just feel comfortable with all the time, but I mean, it's just the nature of the beast, and that's kind of the that's the benefit. One of the benefits of, you know, working for yourself and representing yourself is you don't always have to do kind of like some of the stuff that you would consider a little more cheap or a little more cheesy, you know, for the sake of a, you know, corporation or company and stuff like that. You know, you can authentically be yourself and keep it the real. You know, I'll always rather sacrifice a couple of clicks, a couple of views or whatever for the sake of integrity. And that's just me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not out here chasing anything. I've already achieved my dreams from when I was a kid, and you know, so everything else is kind of icing on the cake at this point. That was a little very, very, very personal point right there, but yeah, man, Ruby, I'm proud of you. Georgia State's own. I never met Ruby. We've never crossed paths or anything like that on campus, but she literally went to Georgia State the same time I went to Georgia State. So, you know, to see her do what she's doing, it's just it's very amazing and it's very inspirational. And hopefully, I can, I guess, interview Ruby someday. But without me rambling any further, it's already been what, 20 minutes? Yeah, about 15 minutes. I'm going to let you guys get to it. Have a great day. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet. Wear your mask. Do the research on the vaccine if you feel comfortable enough taking the vaccine. Take that thing so that we might have a normal summer. Until next time.